Hey guys, it's Angela, and in this video, we're going to discuss the golden age of America and putting America first. That means we're going to talk about the CIA blackmailing the government, also the NSA's secret chat rooms, as well as the possibility of the CIA being behind some very important things that you might not expect. Please make sure that you are subscribed. We saw how embarrassing it was that federal workers were complaining about answering an email that includes 5 bullet points of what they've accomplished over an entire week. And here we have a high schooler's opinion about that.
I think I did 5 things in my class within the first 30 minutes, maybe. So if I'm achieving those things in my senior year of high school, I would hope that the hardworking members of our federal government that my taxpayer funding is going to are doing more than 5 things in a week as well. This should be the simplest task of the week, yet the outrage from the left just shows how lazy the members of our federal government are. I
mean, people have been complaining about how some of the people who work for DOGE are only 19 or 20 years old and they're just too young, too unexperienced. But honestly, this person looks way more professional than 90% of the videos that I have seen of federal workers complaining about needing to go into work or losing their job. So it really doesn't matter how old you are. Federal employees have been getting paid for not doing any work in many cases, and also their corruption, abuse, and waste is being exposed. Things get really interesting when the CIA gets involved, and this article says that on the CIA's 7th floor, home to top leadership, some officers are also quietly discussing how mass firings and the buyouts already offered to the staff risk creating a group of disgruntled former employees who might be motivated to take what they know to a foreign intelligence service. These are the people that we trust with our most confidential material. Everybody loved this lady's take on the situation.
So let me get this straight. CNN is hearing from CIA employees that if Elon's DOGE committee fires them, they'll leak state secrets to the media in revenge. Okay, that seems to be making Elon's point for him. If you're the type of person who would do that, then you're not the type of person who should be in federal government. You're the type of person who should be at the gallows.
It is pretty hilarious, though, because they continuously try to resist DOGE. And the more that they do that, the more that they are proving their point. So many of them were talking about how they're not going to answer the email, or they replied to the emails saying that they spent the week fighting fascism, or they were posting videos crying about how horrendous it was and how demeaning and how scary it was and intimidating it was that they received an email asking what they did. And also in doing that, they're just embarrassing themselves, proving the point that they don't actually want to do their job. The CIA is supposed to have the Americans' people's best interests at hand, and now they are also proving that they can't do their job. They don't want to do their job. Right now, it seems like if the CIA was to write their 5 bullet points, they would say that I spoke to CNN, then I packed up my stuff, and then I committed treason, then I went to jail. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. How do these people even consider themselves American, and more so work for one of the most secretive agencies in the world? I mean, there's also some pretty weird conspiracies right now. It says, is it possible that Ryan, the suspect in the second assassination attempt on President Trump, who was reportedly trained in Ukraine, was actually working for the Ukrainian government? And you're going to see that some people also believe, like Matt Wallace, he says Zelensky is just an actor who only got elected because he played a role as a president. And so everybody thought it'd be so much fun if he actually became president. But I guess that these movies and this type of propaganda can just be a push for the elitists or the people who work in these agencies to get the things that they want. So this guy, Matt, says that this has CIA written all over it. What do you guys think? Is there something weird going on with Zelensky, Ukraine, and the CIA? So not only have some federal employees been wasting the days and doing no work at all, but some of them have been doing very bad work.
Going to do has already been done. There are over 100 people from across the intelligence community that contributed to and participated in this, what is really just an egregious violation of trust, what to speak of like basic rules and standards around professionalism. I put out a directive today that they all will be terminated and their security clearances will be revoked.
Wow.
But the thing here, Jesse, is like we got to take a step back because this is just barely scratching the surface. When you see what these people were saying, and thanks to Chris Rufo for putting it all out online, they were brazen in using an NSA platform intended for professional use to conduct this kind of really horrific behavior.
How are these people running such secretive and powerful agencies? It is actually so scary. Here is another article that says that the CIA and NSA officials used agency chat rooms to share hatred for conservatives and Christians. I mean, it doesn't seem like they had anything really good or positive to talk about. I can only imagine how this leaked out into their work life and the things that they were doing in their work. This post says the former CIA director, John, says he's concerned about the people Musk brought in from DOGE. I mean, yeah, I would be concerned too if I had so much to hide and if everything that I had been doing for years and been pushing for was so anti-American.
And what I'm concerned is right now with all of these individuals that Musk and DOGE have sent into our government institutions and having access to those systems and networks and data.
Oh, they have access to our chats. That's no fun. They're ruining all the fun.
Basis. This is something that is ripe for exploitation by the Russians and the Chinese in terms of intelligence. These are individuals who haven't been vetted. They don't have the security clearances or background.
There are so many people who are like, Elon Musk isn't a scientist. And it's like, it doesn't matter if he is a scientist, if he knows how to get the smartest scientists and engineers around him. That's all that matters. If he can get the other people to do the work for him, then he is literally a genius. Here is another post that says this director that you just heard from has tried to overthrow the sitting president of the United States. Of course, they have been trying so hard to get rid of him. Here we have a post that shows the difference of how Ukrainians protest in the West versus how they protest in Ukraine. Ukrainians in Ukraine demand their husbands and children to be released. Crazy. So crazy. And then on the other side of things, we have Ukrainians in the West who demand more weapons. I mean, to me, this is what years and years of manipulation and mind control looks like. This lady said it perfectly. I cannot agree more with her.
Y'all are not pro-Zelensky.
Yes.
Y'all just anti-Trump.
Yes.
That's all it is.
Yes. Immediately after that meeting, suddenly everybody was like, oh, yes, we stand with Zelensky. There is a tremendous supply of videos online like this of people just like, how could have they asked him why he doesn't wear a suit? I mean, everything that he's been through. I mean, Zelensky hasn't been through everything. Everybody else is doing the fighting for him. It just makes me wonder if somehow the CIA has these people under their control, and that is why they throw around flags like this. And this is Zelensky saying that the U.S. is going to have to fight his war.
The U.S. will have to send their sons and daughters exactly the same way as we are sending their sons and daughters to war, and they will have to fight because it's NATO that we're talking about, and they will be dying.
That is just crazy. I just don't understand how you can be a supporter of somebody like Zelensky. But because Harry Styles stands for Ukraine, I wonder if he will fly to Ukraine and actually live in Ukraine, be in Ukraine, and actually fight for Ukraine. Libs of TikTok posted that these UK soldiers will fight against Russians on the ground in Ukraine, and this is how they look. Yeah. Not looking too good. And here we have Ukrainian soldiers tell the media that they need more people.
It's really hard. We don't have enough people.
Yeah, so they don't have enough people. So I wonder if Harry Styles is getting ready to be enlisted like the Ukrainians are without free will. Of course, the Oscars couldn't pass with some random actress talking about how much they care about Ukraine.
Slava Ukraine. The world's
For far too long, we have had no clue about anything that the CIA or NSA was doing, but maybe now we will. Trump posted that tomorrow night is going to be a really big day, and he's going to be telling it like it is. Nobody knows exactly what type of announcement he is going to make, but hopefully it is something that has been really bothering the American people, maybe like the Epstein list or what's going on with the CIA and Ukraine and the media, because to me, it just always seems like they are tied together. So I will keep you guys updated on what Trump's big announcement was. Please make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss that, and I'll see you next time. Bye.